Hey guys, John W. Quinn here, the author of Someone Like Me, a Fortune 500 motivational speaker. Hope everybody's doing well. I was thinking about my administrative career. That's what I did in the Navy. If you don't know my story, I was in the Navy for 20 years, specializing in administration. I was a yeoman. That's called my rate. And my job in the Navy, I started out as an administrative clerk, and then you progress through the ranks. And my final positions were, you can think of me as an executive assistant to the captain of a battleship, captain of two aircraft carriers, destroyer, and things like that. So anything that the captain needed to sign, anything the captain needed to see, I would proofread it. It would come up to me into my office, and I would prioritize his inbox, get him to sign what he needed to sign. I'd keep his schedule and keep him moving along. So a lot of people were always coming up and just asking me statuses of documents and things like that, whether the captain signed it, and the captain of a Navy ship is very busy. He's out and about. He's walking the ship. He's in meetings and stuff like that. So to keep his inbox going and getting him to sign things was just part of the job. And you're doing it for 12 hours a day, 7 days a week when you're out to sea. So anyways, I was thinking about a story that it always stuck with me. And two things. So I went into a meeting one time. The captain asked me to come in, and we were talking about, the upcoming week and what needed to be done. And the captain starts, listing off some things that he wanted done. And he looked at me. He goes, "What is wrong with you?" I said, "Captain." He goes, "You got a photographic memory?" I said, "No." He goes, "Well, don't you have something to write with? Where's your pen? Where's your piece of paper?" So from that moment on, every time I went into a meeting, for the rest of my career, I had a steno pad and a pen. I carried my pen in my front of my shirt, and sometimes I would jam that steno pad, kind of in my back pocket, if you will. And I was never without it. And if the captain needed to see me, I'd pull out that steno pad and be ready to write, because he was right. I don't have a photographic memory, and you always have to be ready to write things down. The other thing that I remember was I once had a department head on the aircraft carrier ask me to get the captain to sign this big document. And the reactor officer had to go off to a meeting. The captain was on the phone, and the reactor officer couldn't wait. So I said, "Yeah, I'll get the captain to sign that." I went in to see the captain, and captain looked at me and said, "Have a seat." Okay. So I sat down, and the captain started asking me questions about this document, and I didn't have the answers. And he looked at me and he said, "Chief, don't ever come in here asking for my signature on a document unless you can answer the questions that I might have." It's pretty good advice. Pretty good advice. And he told me, he says, "You're wasting my time. My time is valuable. You know that. So don't waste my time." And I never asked the captain to sign another piece of paper from that moment forward unless I knew what it was and I could answer the questions that he had. So I tell you those things because those are just lessons that I learned from being an administrative executive for as long as I was in the Navy. And if that helps you, you're welcome. Those are hard lessons to learn. And I still have those thoughts that run through my mind even today. I still have my steno pad. I still make a list of things that I'll do throughout the day. In the morning when I get up, I'll look at my list and see what I can accomplish, and I'll scratch things off. And if I ever have to have a meeting, I do a lot of motivational speaking around the world. If I'm in a if I'm on a meeting with, whether it's a Zoom call or whatever it might be today, I've got my pad and my pen ready to take notes just in case I need to jot something down. So, you know, those are the thoughts running through my mind today. Hopefully, they're helpful to you. And hey, if you're interested in my story, if you're interested in bringing a speaker, take a look at my website. It's johnwquinn.com. I'll put a link below. You can check it out. Let's have a great day and have a great week. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.